welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. Today is Wednesday, I believe, 17.
It is Wednesday.
17,
Wednesday,
17,
the 14th. Oh, the episode number?
I think it's 1710 or 1711.
1710.
Yeah. How about that?
How about that?
You got Pat and Mark today, and don't worry, there was a fuck ton of news, so we've got a lot of scores to get to.
We got a fat sack of news we hope you'll buy.
Oh, man. I know we're going to talk Diddy again. I've been texting like my buddies, multiple groups all day about Diddy. I'm so mad that it's not televised. Everyone's saying the same shit. Like, I think maybe they know that no one in the world would get any work done if it was televised.
That's right. I mean, it seems like there should be a way, especially in instances where there's like multiple victims, right, who are suing Diddy, and he's probably fighting that shit in court. And he's also spending, because innocent until still proven guilty, he's spending millions of dollars on his legal defense fund. It seems like you should televise it, and then whoever wins gets a portion of those proceeds, right? You got to do some sort of ad rev deal.
Yeah, totally. I mean, think of the ad rev deal, because you could give some of the money to victims, right, of sexual abuse, either these victims or just in general, and you could sell Super Bowl level cost ads if you.
It'd be huge. I mean,
everyone.
It'd be huge.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, like, think about like just the fact that Shedeur Sanders sliding in the draft was like a ratings bonanza. Do you remember the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial?
That's the last one. My buddies were telling me, I was like, they don't televise trials anymore like they did in the 90s with the Menendez brothers. No, like we talked about, they did do the Depp one, and that's how we found out about Amber Turd. Like, what are we doing here?
So this is from an AI Google. In New York, trials are not televised due to civil rights law.
Well, they're wrong. They're
something
wrong
52, which prohibits televising, broadcasting, or taking pictures of court proceedings where witnesses are subpoenaed or compelled to testify.
I get that, like, the jury might, if it was to go to a second trial and you televised it, it would be hard to get jurors that were not. But it's Diddy. They already know who he is anyways, and they've heard about it. Like, the jurors are supposed to be sequestered. Assuming that it's not going to be a second trial with a new pool of jurors, let the citizens watch. Let us watch.
Let them watch. Let them watch. I want to watch. I want to know. Instead, we're going to be bringing you an update from court transcripts, from other reporters recounting of the situation, which is like not as good.
It's not, but they're still so fucking electric that imagine hearing them live.
It would be electric, dude. I mean, like, I'll be honest with you. The Johnny Depp of it all, okay, more digestible, because that was a civil proceeding. The Diddy thing, I got to preface it, and when we get into it, I'm going to preface it that, like, this man really beat the shit out of this lady. So, like, it's not fun.
Tortured. No.
Not fun.
No. It's not fun. It's not as fun as, like, Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were just sneaking pets into Australia and, like, maybe throwing vases at each other when they got a little too drunk, but mostly missing each other and then shitting each other's beds. That's funny.
That's funny. Yes, that's funny.
It's funnier subject matter. Yeah.
Amber Heard potentially doing cocaine on the stand. It was funny.
That's funny.
It was funny. I thought it was funny.
What else do we have? I forgot a man versus kangaroo gone wrong. Quick update on the Florida State shooter. And what else? I got something else. Oh, the Mavericks lottery pick. Ooh,
yeah, I want to hear about that. I've got a Trump date. Trump's in the Middle East right now. We'll talk about a meme coin a little bit. Some meme coin update news for you. Taliban update. And I want to talk about this because I saw this video today. Maybe we could just get right into it. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this DoorDash driver, man. Because I know that you've driven a little DoorDash in your past.
Sure.
Maybe it's close to home. Maybe you have like a different feeling for these people. It's like if you ever go to a strip club with a girl that's been a stripper before, she's always like, let's tip. She always like wants to over tip and stuff to show that she's one of the gals.
Over tip servers. Misery loves company. I can relate. Yeah,
you can relate. Okay, so this happened a couple weeks ago. We didn't cover it, but the video got dropped on Tuesday, which is crazy. You may have heard of it. It's in upstate New York. This guy, John J. Riley III, he's 48-year-old. He's an elected highway superintendent in Chester, New York. He's also
Jugelheimer Schmidt.
Well, no, they just look. They put a full last name there.
Name is your name too. Okay.
Okay, he looks like your typical kind of 48-year-old dude that might be like heavily armed in his like 3 or 4 acre property in upstate New York.
Sure.
Okay, he's also a federally licensed firearms dealer, which you'd assume gun nut, sure, but also a dude that like maybe has some restraint or I don't know wherewithal when it comes to like not shooting guys that are trying to deliver food to you.
A guy that doesn't want to be in the news for mishandling guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's also a highway superintendent, so he's an elected official. Anyway, look, there was a 24-year-old driver, a guy from West Africa, a recent immigrant, whose phone had died, and he was trying
that's a no-no in door dashing.
It's a no-no, right? But you got to deliver
That's
the
on
fucking
him.
package, right?
No.
No. Okay. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
No, if your phone dies, you just, they order it again and you're like, oh, emergency, you lie about the phone dying and, no, I probably wouldn't try to deliver it with a dead phone. No.
I don't know why. Like, I always have a soft spot in my heart for anyone that like is an immigrant to this country who's like working, right? Who's like,
Right.
Maybe I don't know how recent an immigrant this guy is. He's 24, but he's working. Maybe he's like trying to figure out the customs. It's like, no, I kind of like that. Like, I must bring
USB-C
your order. Yeah, it would be disrespectful. So yeah, anyway, his phone died. So he starts knocking on doors, knocked at a couple doors, being like, "Hey, is this your order? Is this your order?"
No.
And I guess he was also asking for directions. This is on May 2nd.
To where? He doesn't even know the address.
Maybe maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know.
Looking for a hungry man.
Hungry man, are you hungry? Are you a hungry guy?
No.
But I mean, like, there's been a trend of these kind of situations taking place over the last like 3 or 4 years of guys shooting people who are like doing U-turns in their driveway and shit, or like kids knocking on the door. Anyway, the video dropped, man, and it's fucking insane. So what you're about to hear or see is John J. Reilly III coming out of his house, and the car is probably 50 yards from the house. Okay. He's got a long driveway. As I said, it's probably like a rural area, Chester, New York. And the car is moving away from this guy's house because John J. Reilly comes out with a pistol in his hand.
Oh, yeah. Move away. Yeah.
Fires a warning shot.
Oh, yeah. Back it up.
It says, "Get out of here." And then the guy starts backing it up, and he fires at the driver, probably hits him there. And then as he's driving away, fires at him one more time for good measure. Here's the video.
Huh. Warning shot and then shoots at him again as he's backing up. Yep, there's a warning shot.
Go!
He's going. Okay, he's going back.
Mm-hmm. He's backing up. So the guy, situation resolved here.
Yeah, it should be done. No, he shot at the car.
He honked his horn at him. That was the big mistake. That was what got him shot. And then now he's full on driving away. Now he's.
Well, what are you doing shooting at the car driving away?
Yeah. There you go.
That's a honk from his head hitting the wheel.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool guy.
Did he hit him?
Oh yeah, hit him in the back. Absolutely.
Alive?
He's alive, thank God. He got hit in his back. He fled, and then he went to another neighbor's house and said, "I need help.
Can't call 911." That neighbor shot him.
No, that neighbor didn't help him because he ended up driving himself home, where he collapsed, and then his family rushed him to the hospital.
Wow. Well, he won't have to DoorDash anymore, most likely.
Probably not. No, he's probably going to get paid. And our boy John J. Reilly is $500,000 bond. I don't know if he's out yet, but geez, man, just fucked up shit.
Ooh, that's brutal. I did a little bit of door dashing, a lot of Uber Eatsing, and then I dabbled in Favor, which I think is more regional.
I think it's just a Texas thing.
Yeah.
Favor.
And for Favor, they made you go to like a fucking 2-hour seminar where all the losers were, me and the losers, including myself, were like sitting there not wanting to be there, and you have to hear all the rules. With Uber Eats and DoorDash, it's just like, get at it, boys. We don't need to know much about you. Just go deliver. So I didn't do any favoring. I was like, you guys are a little bit too uptight. It's good, I guess. They weed out some people, but no. I
didn't know. I read recently that a lot of Uber accounts are being sold on the black market. So if you can't get verified because you're a pervert or you got some weird situation, you can just buy someone else's account pretty easily. But Uber Teen is here, so that's good.
Yeah, that won't result in overreactions.
No, not at all. Pepper Life Adventures pops in, says, bro, arriving late. Did you hear that the MLB made Shoeless Joe Jackson, the White Sox, and Pete Rose eligible for the Baseball Hall of Fame? I did hear that. You got to probably attribute that to Ohtani. Again, essentially letting Ohtani off for clearly being involved in some sort of gambling situation after Pete Rose had died. Kind of a bummer. You should have let Pete in before that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for Pete, who's dead.
Yeah, that's great. Because Pete gambled on games he was not involved in.
Yeah. Wait till you hear what the NBA commissioner did later, Pat. You want me to just dive into that now?
Well, I want to talk about getting fit really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I like to keep a tight body, kind of like Charlie Hustle did. That's Pete Rose, or Shoeless Joe Jackson, who threw the 1912
gambled
World
on
Series.
His own World Series.
He did, yeah. I mean, look, they weren't getting paid a lot of money back then in 1912.
Dude, those poor bastards, they all ended up broken, like out of the league. It was bad. Yeah, go ahead.
No, Shoeless Joe was the shit, man. But
he was the best.
Like you can't really let Shoeless Joe in, frankly. Pete Rose, you gotta let it.
Right, no one was really arguing for Shoeless Joe.
Yeah. Boys will be boys. Anyway, those guys were really fit, and they lived in the era before apps. They probably had to pay a personal trainer, yuck, to tell them what to do, to come in and be like, hey, man, you need to do this. Or, Joe, maybe wear some shoes in the gym because it's them's the rules.
Smelly toes, Jackson?
Smelly toes, Jackson. You're going to get a fungus, Joe.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have had to worry about that if he was alive today because he could use the Fitbod app, which is an app that makes working out easier. It feels like you have a personal trainer in your pocket. It's totally fantastic. I've been using it to get my progress on because let's be frank. I have a gym membership, and sometimes I use my Fitbod when I'm going to my gym membership. Tells me what to do. I can track my results, which is huge for me. You don't have to be like a nerd with a little notebook.
Oh, nothing's worse too than like looking at a machine you're not familiar with and just botching it.
How do I do it? What am I doing? Right. How do I string these things together? I used to text a buddy of mine, my buddy Ian. I used to text him like, what should I do? And then he'd come back with this long list of things. The Fitbod app is way easier because I'm like, I just did that workout.
Than Ian, yeah.
Here's how much I lifted. And I can keep track of what I'm lifting. And most importantly, when I'm at home, when I don't want to go to the gym, or when I'm traveling, which is usually when my workout streak gets messed up, when I say, F it all, Fitbod can adapt to that and can tell me what I can do in those different spaces. You can get your profile going, generate workouts based on your goals, what equipment you have, etc. It's absolutely fantastic. Whether you've been missing gym time or hit a plateau, Fitbod is a personalized program for you. Absolutely right there for you. And you can get down on it, level up your workout by joining Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. And you get 25% off your subscription, or try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/hardfactor. That's fitbod.me/hardfactor, one word. And look, I'll be honest with you. It's cheaper than a personal trainer, and it's worth trying it out for a month and seeing if you like it.
Yeah, and a week for free. Come on.
Try.
All right, let's get this piece of shit out of the way real quick. Don't have a lot on him, but this is the Florida State alleged shooter. I'm laughing because of his mugshot. So this is the kid that was caught on video. His mom's a cop. I think he was a student at Florida State. He killed some people, and he did a mass shooting at Florida State. But I don't even care to know his name. Don't know his name. Didn't look it up. But I did see his mugshot all over the internet, and I laughed my ass off because the cops shot him in the jaw. And look at his stupid face. It looks like he was attacked by a swarm of wasps.
It does look like that. Yeah. It looks like your certain cartoons look like that. Like if you're drawing Bob Hope or an old timey, you might draw like a big side of a face to give some perspective.
Caricature.
He looks like Quagmire from Family Guy. That's what it is.
That loser. I hope it hurts.
Dude, he killed Monkey Morales, who was potentially involved in the Kennedy assassination and was a CIA operative and informant. He killed his son. And Monkey Morales was killed, so there's a brother left with no dad.
Family's haunted.
Brother. Sad stuff, man.
Family is haunted. Some secrets. Okay, so you already said you were interested in it. I know you're a big NBA guy, so
I've been watching the playoffs, Mark. I've been watching the playoffs.
All right, so you probably will be very familiar with this story. And have valuable opinions, but this is more for the audience since we know that about you. Did you catch the NBA lottery during halftime of one of the playoff games?
I didn't. I think it was on Monday night. I was mostly Googling why is Steph Curry wearing what he was wearing while not dressing out because he was injured. He was wearing like some brand. He wasn't in Warriors colors at all. So that's what I was doing during halftime, trying to figure that out.
Very cool to be fashionable and not support the team with the colors. Yeah, so they did the NBA lottery, which they often do in the playoffs at like a halftime. And
it's for picks. It's for picks.
Yeah, it's for the lottery picks. I think only like 15 teams are eligible to get the lottery picks. And what they do is they have them in they have like a ball with each team's name on it, and they have more balls for the teams that finish last place. It's not like the NFL where if you get dead last, you get the first pick. It's proportionate. So the worst record, I think the Wizards have the worst record. They have like a 15% chance. So they have more balls with Wizards on them than say the Mavericks, who were tied for 12th. They made the play-in playoff game, won their first part of that. And because of that, they were eligible, but they only had a 1.8% chance of winning the lottery. So they probably had like 2 balls to everyone else's more than that. And
why wouldn't they just do it like the NFL does it, which is like, let's try to make it clearly even. Here's who gets Cooper Flag. If you're the Wizards should get Cooper Flag because the Wizards won, and I'm not kidding here, I think 15 games.
Yeah, no, they were bad. They needed that first pick. They got the 3rd pick, I think.
Is it a TV thing? Is it to like bring more chance in?
Yeah, it's cool. I think the NHL does a lottery too.
Okay,
I think the NHL does it where you get like chances as well. So they're not the only league to do it, but I do agree that the last place team should get the number 1 pick. So, anyways, the Mavericks were tied for 12th, which would have given them a 0.8% chance, which that's the first shenanigans. They won a coin flip. So they moved up from 12 to 11 before the lottery. Just right before the lottery, they win that coin flip and fuck the Bulls. And so they move up to 11. Okay, 1.8% chance. That's not very good. Now, if you play Russian roulette, close your ears because they won. They won the lottery. The ball pops out, number 1 pick, 1.8% chance, the Dallas Mavericks. This is the highest jump and the most unlikely odds in the history of the NBA draft for a team with that low of odds to move up 10 spots and win it.
Now, it wasn't a 0% chance, Mark. They give those percentage chances because it is possible for it to happen.
It's true. Now, what do we know about the Mavericks recently?
They did that dumb trade. Didn't they do that dumb trade?
Yeah.
They traded Luka, right?
They did that dumb trade. They traded Luka Doncic when he was like 25 in his prime, a little bit out of shape, to the Los Angeles Lakers, the second largest market in the NBA, behind the New York Knicks. And people were like, why'd they do that trade? And I was like, the only person I think in the world that was like, it's not that bad a trade. And it was, at least this year. But they win the lottery. Now they've got Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson and Daniel Gibson. And the 5th starter will be Cooper Flag, who they're obviously taking, the best draft pick in the past 5 years from Duke at number 1. And they're going to have a stacked lineup. And a lot of people are saying that NBA commissioner who only appears at night games, master vampire himself, Adam Silver, might have done a little bit of a deal. Might have done a little bit of a deal with the Dallas Mavericks because he's like, Los Angeles, huge market, biggest basketball town, right? Like LeBron James is retiring, obviously. Maybe has 1 more year left in him, but who do the Lakers have to draw after that? So maybe he called up or talked to Nico Collins from the Dallas Mavericks, general manager, and said, this is going to be crazy, but what if you got rid of your fat star and we gave you the number 1 pick?
I've never seen a picture of Adam Silver before in my life, dude. I mean, that is oh my Lord, bro. Like, he looks like Nosferatu. You know who else he kind of looks like a little bit is classic Willy Wonka Slugworth. The bad, essentially the secrets guy from the Chocolate Factory a little bit.
Yes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, scaring children. Okay.
Someone called him Nosferatu Jew online, which was not nice.
That was not nice.
That was not nice. But yeah, so a lot of people, including LeBron James, went on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesday, and they asked him about it, and LeBron James said, "Oh, is the NBA draft rigged?" He goes, "How the hell do you think I got on the Cleveland Cavaliers as the #1 draft pick when I was coming out of high school, my hometown?" And then he listed off like 4 other teams that have Spurs with Wembyama and stuff like that, and I think he was joking. He was probably joking. He was having a little fun on the comedy show. But yeah, a lot of people are saying this is bullshit.
I mean, to rig a lottery,
it's not that hard.
It's not hard. Ball. It's been done before. I mean, it's physically possible.
Set that Mavericks ball up.
To rig it though, in terms of like to do the deal, and what LeBron is implying, dumb by the way. Well, he's still in the fucking league. Maybe he's gonna retire. I don't know. That'd be fucking insane, dude. That'd be crazy.
Some people are pointing out that Dallas has the 5th largest market, so it's not like he was, it's not like they don't have a big market. They need a star too, but I don't know. Might be just insanely coincidental that all this happened in the past 5-6 weeks.
Okay, sure. I did see. So I didn't know. I couldn't tell you who Luka was from Adam Silver, who I also had not seen a picture of until I started watching the playoffs, and I thought, man, this
big
guy,
NBA guy. Yeah,
this guy is out of shape. Yeah. Coming from an out of shape guy, working on it, FitBod. But dude, I mean, dude can shoot. It was fun to watch Luka. It was fun to watch a chunkster on the court dominating.
He's a baller. He just can't defend anymore because people blow by him because he's got a strong base.
As we're talking a little ball, you know who was running like he had a dump in his pants last night is Jimmy Butler. I don't know much about basketball, but I know that Jimmy Butler was not quick.
Don't you remember earlier in the season he had a brown stain on his pants?
Yeah, he was running like he had dumped in his pants.
He might have a consonance problem.
He could have an issue, a problem.
Anyways, the Mavericks are going to be really fucking good.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. My turn?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm going to go for it. Okay, guys. I like to keep up on what's going on overseas and also, with the immigrants and stuff. So here's a quick update on what's going on with immigration. The Trump administration announced that they're ending the deportation protections for refugees from Afghanistan, and that was after DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, quote, determined that overall there are notable improvements in the security and economic situation that requiring the return of Afghan nationals to Afghanistan does not pose a threat to their personal safety due to ongoing armed conflict or extraordinary and temporary conditions, end quote. So she's saying, yeah, things ain't so bad over there, so let's get them out of here. Sure, we ripped the country up, but let's get them out of here. And in other news, guys, the Taliban have banned chess in Afghanistan.
Women from playing chess? Or
no,
just chess?
No, women couldn't play chess, Mark. Come on.
Yeah, my bad.
Chess in general. So the Taliban has banned chess, citing religious reasons, adding the game to a long list of pastimes and activities that are prohibited in the country. They said that they feared that the game is a source of gambling. So it's suspended indefinitely until it's determined how
it makes you gay
compatible chess is with Islamic law. So that's got to be good to see. Things are going great over there in Afghanistan. Send them back.
The good news is that outside on their home turf, they're probably not going to win many wars with their shit strategy, not knowing anything about chess.
Well, dude, it's not only chess. They also banned MMA, which I thought was strange. So
they're little guys. They get their ass. Have you ever heard of a Taliban guy doing well in MMA? They don't want to continue to get their asses kicked. Sounds like they're stupid, so they hate chess. I get it. When you're stupid, chess is frustrating, and then they obviously can't fight. I get it. They're banning things they suck at. It makes sense.
I guess there's a law about not being able to punch someone in the face over there, which, I mean, hey, we got the same law over
Rape's
here.
Okay. Murder's okay.
Right. But you can't punch anyone in the face. You can't practice MMA. You can't do chess. And, of course, if you're a woman, you're literally not allowed to make you can't make eye contact. Oh, yeah, totally. You can punch a woman in the face.
Yeah.
100%. But you can't make eye contact if you're a woman with someone that you're not married to or blood related to.
No, that's why they built those
yes, the walls.
Got rid of the windows in all the places and where is it? Also Afghanistan? Where's
100%.
Yeah,
in Afghanistan.
They got rid of the windows.
Yeah, keeping it in the Middle East, and I don't know much about this at all. This kind of broke later in the day, and I'm not super well versed in what's going on over there in the Middle East, but I do know that it was a real hotbed on the social media sites that it was announced that Trump said on Tuesday, because he's over there in the Middle East meeting with MBS and getting his plane.
Yeah, he got a
Qatar.
deal done with Saudi for arms deal. Yeah.
He says potentially $1 quillion. It's $1 quillion investment.
Well, they've got it.
They've got it. Well, yeah, their GDP is $1 trillion, and I
Yeah.
think that was the initial number. He said, I think it's more like $600 million of investment, billion coming in.
Big deal. Yeah.
They're throwing numbers around there. But Syria, right? Trump says he's going to lift crippling U.S. sanctions against Syria. That was before he meets with the country's interim president, Ahmad al-Shara. He's meeting with him on Wednesday. Now, the reason people are kind of up in arms is the lifting of the sanctions against Syria, and also the fact that he's meeting with Ahmad al-Shara, who's a former al-Qaeda leader and had a $10 million bounty from the American government on his head until recently.
Is Syria boys with Saudis?
Oh yeah, you know,
because you gotta when you make a huge deal, you gotta let the boys be boys.
Yeah. When Trump said, "quote I'll be ordering the cessation of sanctions against Syria in order to give them a chance at greatness," MBS stood up and gave him a standing ovation. The crown
gave him $1 million bill.
100%, no, billion, buddy. Yeah, MBS was literally, he just stuffed money in his pockets, and then Trump said what he wanted, and he gave
got a lot of money.
Ovation.
Money talks.
Yeah. So he's meeting with the former Al Qaeda fighter who fought against our troops in the war on Wednesday before he heads over to Qatar.
Well, hey, we make deals with Germany now, right?
That's true. Right. Yeah, that's true. Before he heads over to Qatar to get his plane.
Time heals everything.
Time heals it all, man. On the Trump update, we didn't really talk about his meme coin too much, other than we talked about his meme coin, but the fact that he's having a competition, or was having a competition, that ended on Monday, yesterday, to have dinner with him at his golf club in Sterling, Virginia. The top 220 holders of the Trump meme coin are invited to this dinner, and the top 25 holders get a special VIP reception with President Trump. Okay, so let's talk about who some of the holders are. There's a company called GD Culture Group, which is a publicly traded company with a Chinese subsidiary. They only have 8 employees, and according to their public filings, they recorded 0 revenue last year.
This is like the New Jersey deli.
Those guys got sentenced, by the way, yesterday. Yeah, they're doing some serious time. They're an e-commerce business that they operate on TikTok, right? And they're traded on the NASDAQ. Anyway, they announced Monday, which was the cutoff to be in the top 25, that they were going to spend up to $300 million on Trump coin and Bitcoin as well. They said they were using the proceeds from a stock sale of an unnamed entity in the British Virgin Islands to buy all that coin. That was right at the deadline to be in the top 220 holders of Trump coin. The dinner's on May 22nd.
I wish I was involved. I wish I was in the inner circle, you know?
Yeah, bro, you need some serious cash. Like the top holder of the coin, according to the leaderboard. Let me get the leaderboard up here, man, if I can. It's pretty cool to have like a leaderboard of like foreign influence. Here's a leaderboard of foreign influence who are buying access to the president. The top holder of the coin is a guy, is Sun. It's the username Sun. And Sun holds $16.6 million Sun worth of Trump meme coin. And the wallet is owned by a foreign crypto exchange advised by a Chinese billionaire, Justin Sun, who happens to be one of the biggest investors of World Liberty Financial, which is Trump's crypto company. Justin Sun bought $75 million of World Liberty coin the day before Trump's inauguration. And a month later, SEC lawyers under the Trump administration halted an alleged fraud case against Sun, who he said he didn't do anything wrong. But ipso facto, I don't know. But yeah, Sun will be there. Meow will be there. That's one of the top 25.
Are they all Asians?
They're all foreign adversaries that are stuffing dollars into our president's pockets to have a dinner at Mar-a-Lago. But nothing to see here.
All right. Well, thanks for that. I'm sure that won't come back to bite us in the ass with Wes and Will. Politics is always fun. Okay, let's move on to a story that's near and dear to I think all of our listeners, not just half. Uh, I know that Colin from California thinks he can beat up a kangaroo, and he's not the only guy. Was a poll done a few years back, and over 50% of men surveyed thought they could take out a kangaroo with their fists. Might have been conducted at a bar, because these aren't Joeys we're talking about.
No, I got to get the stats. What's the stats on a kangaroo?
Oh, I got them for you.
Okay, yeah.
They're jacked. They're beefy. They can get up to 7 feet tall, Pat, and they weigh over 200 pounds.
They can get up to 7 feet tall.
Yeah, the male average is about 6 feet even.
Okay.
A freak kangaroo. It's like kind of like a tall. It's like kind of like American men. I'd say the average height's like 5'11", 6 foot, but
okay,
there are freak kangaroos that get to like 6'9", 6'10", standing.
And they throw a fucking punch, and they're also one of these animals that has memed around the internet. There it is, the jacked kangaroo, dude.
Jacked.
Fuck yeah.
Just ask 52-year-old South Carolina man and worker at 5-Star Farm, Pet Zoo, 30 miles from Myrtle Beach, Eric Slate, who got in the pen to, quote, roughhouse with the full-grown male kangaroo. Oh, you can't because he was beaten to death.
Wait. I missed that part. He got in where?
Death.
How did he get in with the kangaroo?
Well, he works at 5-Star Farm that his brother owns. So he's basically a co-owner or like a top employee. So he got in the pen to roughhouse with the kangaroo, which apparently he does all the time. Just
to tussle his hair a little bit?
Yeah, have a little fun.
Okay. And were there people watching? Because it sounds like that's even dumber.
After hours. Probably after hours. Probably after a few pops.
They're having a couple Fosters. And then it came up. You think I could beat that kangaroo, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Slate's brother, who owns the zoo, has asked for your prayers because his brother was found killed by blunt force trauma at midnight this past Friday inside the kangaroo pen. Holy shit, that's not good. Apparently, Eric Slate would often go into the kangaroo pen to roughhouse with the hopping monster, and most times probably had some fun, but this time as local council member and friend of the Slates, Mark Kowsey, said of the incident, it just went a little south. He's an understatement type of guy. No! Yeah, it went south. The guy was bludgeoned to death by a giant kangaroo. I don't know if maybe someone didn't feed the kangaroo that day or what was going on, but it was not having it.
Oh, man. To be a fly on the wall about the conversation that happened right before he entered the cage, right? It's like the equivalent of like, Rusty, no!
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to get in there and tussle with him a bit, mate. just show him who's boss. He's been giving me looks. Isn't that right, Kangi?
Are you sure? And they're all drunk and they're like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, midnight. They were clearly hammered drunk.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. If I owned a zoo, I'd be hammered drunk messing with the animals too, but maybe not the male kangaroos. Male kangaroos are called bucks or old men, two things with strength. So they kind of warn you ahead of time with the naming. They're like they look like they're on steroids. Sad about that one. That was bad.
This has to happen pretty often, I feel like, in Australia, right? Where someone, I mean, probably
this was in South Carolina.
This is in South Carolina.
Yeah, they just owned a Pet Zoo, and one of their main attractions was an enormous jacked kangaroo.
What's the name of the place? Did it
5-Star Farms?
5-Star Farms. I'm curious.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I wouldn't call them.
Wow.
Not right now, unless you condone.
No, I'm not going to do that at all. That's terrible.
No, it's bad. It's bad.
It's absolutely terrible. It says it looks like a puppy breeder. Is that true? It's a farm, and they have probably some puppy breeding, and then they have a pet section where people come to pay and like get a bucket of feed, and they can go in the pens and drive around and feed them. It's not like a zoo. It's like a pet farm zoo. Yeah, I'm looking at some of the reviews. This is 5 stars from Danielle Boltron.
It's the name of the place, 5-Star Farms.
Right, 5 stars.
Better leave a 5-star review. Yeah.
Danielle said, so many animals to name, meticulously maintained property.
Huge kangaroo, one review says.
Besides the mini zoo, there's an abundance of games and things for you and your family to do, like watch one of the trainers fight the kangaroo.
Yeah.
They have a camel. Looks like a yak. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, RIP to Eric Slate, and for everyone else out there, don't fight a kangaroo unless you're like that one guy that had to in Australia we covered years ago and actually took down the kangaroo. He won, but I don't think it was a monster. And I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
should have
that goes.
suppressed that story, honestly.
Yeah,
You know,
no, it's not good. Yeah,
like how our government wanted to like suppress COVID stuff. Like the Australian government
yeah,
should have suppressed the fact that a man won a fight against a kangaroo because
yeah,
it's gonna cause deaths.
yeah. Shortly after that poll came out, and everyone's like, "Yeah, if that guy can do it, I can do it. I can
That's
do that."
true. I'm looking through
Yeah.
the reviews to see if there's anything that mentions the kangaroo.
Saw the kangaroo bend a rhubarb. Like,
They have a
what are they?
touch
What are they gonna do
truck.
with that kangaroo? They can't keep it. It's
No, you got to shoot
killed
it.
a man.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
sad man.
yeah.
Okay, bummer,
R.I.P.
bummer.
to Eric Slate.
R.I.P.
Let's
to.
talk
Oh,
Diddy.
here we go. This is from a day ago. I went there on kangaroo. This is 3 stars. I went there on kangaroo boxing fight night held during the weekends.
Oh no.
$5 gets you 3 rounds to lace up and box with a kangaroo named Jack.
Yeah.
I flashed my jab a few times and landed a clean hook, but Jack has a solid chin with a ferocious uppercut, and he floored me with a rabbit punch to the back of my head. The owner said it was a legal move. I say otherwise.
3 stars.
I think he's 3 stars. I think he's kidding. Okay,
Damn. That's kind of a fucked up review.
it's fucked up, dude. Did you know the guy died?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, dude. All right, let's talk about Diddy again, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, day three, full day of the Diddy trial, and the third witness called to the stand was none other than Diddy's ex, Cassie, the woman who we saw him beating in the CNN video in the hotel. And I just want to preface this real quick by saying, like, there's some weird shit I'm about to read here, but we got to remember that Diddy mercilessly beat this woman. He was crazy violent and controlling and
I
domineering.
don't think you need to.
I just feel like I have to say that before we get
I
into
don't
some
think
of this
anyone's
hilarity.
sympathizing with Diddy.
I know. Okay. All right. So, Cassie talked about Diddy.
I don't want you guys feeling too bad for Diddy before I start.
No,
this.
I know. I just want to preface it by saying,
Okay, all right.
keep in mind he's a fucking monster. I did love that during the Knicks game they were playing a victory. Loud. one, two.
Yo, the sun don't shine
Shine
forever,
forever.
but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine
Shine
together.
together,
Better
business
now than never.
before-
Business
business
before
before
pleasure.
pleasure.
P. Diddy in the fam. Who you know do it better. Yeah, right. But all right, that's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Cassie talked about Diddy's quote wet fetish and detailed the routine of a freak off, saying that the freak off would begin with oil and touching, and then progress through oral sex to full intercourse. Saying, quote, I often tried to speed it up, and during one session, Diddy quote choreographed Cassie to get into a pool of baby oil in the Beverly Hills Hotel in a full outfit that was purchased from a sex shop, including heels, which she said was very dangerous. Because I don't know if you ever messed with baby oil, man, but shit is the slickest substance known to man. I mean, there's no
hard to
slicker
get off,
substance.
too, right?
It's hard to get off. She said she didn't want to do it, quote, especially in a hotel room.
Right.
But she couldn't say no because
Marble
that would have
floors.
been bad. So, okay, here's my thing. Beverly Hills Hilton. How much, if you've ever been in a fraternity and watched Old School, then you know the amount of baby oil you think that you need for a baby oil wrestling competition is so much more than you need. Like, it's an insane amount of baby oil. We're talking cases upon cases upon cases of baby oil. That's why he had a thousand in his house. How the fuck do you get that much baby oil up into a hotel room at a hotel? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? And then
It's like moving a couch.
it's like moving a couch, dude. You better tip the maids, man, because there's no way that shit ain't splashing. She would say there was regularly blood everywhere. He would make her freak off while she was on her period.
Oh.
Yeah, she said it was first a sex act, then masturbating, looking at each other. I'd be looking at the escort who was hired to have sex with her, and they'd be looking at me. I would describe what I saw in detail. That's what turned Diddy on. That was his fantasy. So I guess like
Tell me how veiny it is.
exactly. She said it was awkward sitting there describing someone's penis to another male.
Yeah.
It was also humiliating, but eventually it became normal and would lead to intercourse. She'd be like, "What did it look like? What the penis? Oh yeah, this is getting Diddy going. This is getting King going."
Read it like Braille.
He said, Cassie said sometimes both the escort and Diddy would have sex with her. Other times Diddy would, quote, just watch. She added, if I was having intercourse with an escort, Sean would walk up and give him and have me give him oral sex. Asked if the escorts ejaculated, the star witness replied, yes, usually when it was okay for them to do so per Sean.
Right.
But if they did, then Sean and I would go into the next room and he'd want me to put the semen on his body, usually on his chest and his nipples.
Hang on. So the sequence of events is Diddy commands the cum shot.
Yep. And then they say, wait
but
here.
on to Cassie. It's not until he wants when I read
or into her. Yeah.
Yeah, on or into her. He wanted the guy to ejaculate onto Cassie.
Yes.
And afterwards he said
now
we need to go to the bathroom. And then he would have her rub semen all over his already baby oiled body.
Rub it on my nipples. It's a rub it on my nipples. No,
wow.
Diddy was like he was like a football coach, okay? And if you didn't nail it in practice, he would fine you. See, if escorts ejaculated without being given permission, they were paid less, he said. Cassie told how he made her call him Pop Pop. That's the name she called her grandfather. He wanted me to have a nickname for him. Said, I thought it was weird, and now I feel it was disrespectful. Then she said,
you love the most?
You love Pop? Okay, now I'm Pop Pop.
Yeah.
Now rub nipples up, that man's semen on Pop Pop's nipples.
I want this ingrained in your memory. Rub it on Pop Pop.
Yeah. Sometimes he would have the escort we talked about yesterday pee on her, and sometimes he would pee on her. There was no conversation about it. He didn't ask. There was no consent, but it was a turn on for him, so it happened.
Yeah, he just does all this. The escort pees on her. He pees on her, and then escort goes home and he tells her he loves her. That makes sense.
Yeah, she said there's not a whole lot of control taking that many drugs and being on the floor where two men are peeing on you.
No, there's no control.
Mm-hmm. She revealed that
turns out that her getting beat in the hallway was like not even close to the worst horrors happening to her.
No, not at all. And he would often beat her during these freak offs and shit. She revealed that the hotel rooms booked for freak offs would end up being covered in blood, urine, and baby oil, with baby oil, quote, all over the walls. Just covered. Can you imagine being the next guest in there and like going to put your hand to lean against the wall and just slipping right down, landing in
what the hell happened in here? What the hell happened in here?
She said the oil, quote, was just as important as everything else. He really cared about the oil.
Yeah, he loves the oil.
She said, quote, we poured it all over our bodies.
That's what he misses the most?
So they were glistening. Yeah, he's like, you can sell oil at the commissary?
He's just going to ash his shit in prison and he's furious.
She said it was always heated, and if Combs felt like you were too dry, he'd let you know. Yeah. He said, you need to be glistening.
I want you to be like George St. Pierre when he's entering the ring.
Yeah, he said, you need to be shining, because if the sun don't shine forever, we might as well shine together.
Better now than never. Business before pleasure. I remember more words. I could have gone on a little longer. It's a great song. Victory is a great song. Underrated,
it's a great song.
Underrated song. That's Biggie. Biggie's on that.
Busta Rhymes is on it. Got the real live shit from front to back. Great song. 1, 1, 2. Anyway, Diddy's kids were in the courtroom. Tough testimony.
I was thinking about that. Like, what the
tough testimony.
His family's been standing behind him. I get that. Like the kids, but like to hear all this shit is like, are you just like cringing or just like ear muffing it if you're on Diddy's side? Like,
I think I mean, it's serious. Racketeering's for life, right? So you gotta just swallow it. Diddy, there's a courtroom drawing of Diddy giving a heart from his chest to his kids who were in the room. I mean, you're probably putting in a lot of
the shape of the baby oil body.
The baby oil, yeah, he's about this big. Yeah, can you give me some baby oil?
Dude, how many witnesses are there? So we heard from like one male escort and Cassie.
Dude, we've heard from
Cassie's a star witness.
She'll probably be on the stand for days. She'll probably be on the stand for 2 or 3 days.
She's a star witness. But like, how many people are they going to bring in? Because
I mean, the trial is estimated to last up to like six to 8 weeks. So it's going to be
Right.
a lot of folks. And there were lots of names in the jury selection that were brought up that are crazy, like Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh.
It's like, do you have any relationship with these people that may have been in Diddy's circle?
Yeah, that's what I'm
look,
wondering, because right now we're hearing more of like the personal stuff, like with not freak off parties, but like what he would do with Cassie and a few others, like a female escorts. I'm interested if they're going to be able to even get any witnesses to talk about the parties with celebrities and stuff like that. That might be.
Oh, 100%. They talked about the videos that they're going to show. They're going to show freak off videos.
God, why isn't this on TV?
Why isn't it on TV? Is a great question.
Oh my God.
Anyway, that's the show. Jesus.
Rub it on me.
Rub it on me. Yeah. Get out there, guys, and have a great fucking day.
The cream of the crop!